Is it audible? My voice is audible to you? The screen which I share with you, is it visible at your end?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Very few students join. Out of 51 students over here. And that's why you can see this number. Last 10 minutes, this number is near about 76, 78. And before that, it is never crossed 60 or 60. So those 10 to 12 students are there, they join lately for attendance. And that is the critical point. Should I start? After 5 minutes, I will close this. So one-dimensional heat conduction equation for internal heat generation for plane wall. Here we consider this is one of the application. If it is a glass, then if you take a very small element of this glass like this, and in that small element, if you consider very small strip over here, right, then that strip thickness is delta x, then heat is coming only in x direction, and as I explained you yesterday, y and z direction, as per the definition of plane, the plane is that object which has very negligible thickness as compared to length and width. So the blackboard on which you are writing right now in a green board in your class, that one is one of the plane. So that plane, and I consider one of the small element of that one. And when I consider that small element, and within that small element, there is again a very tiny small strip, small element having thickness delta x and area. Now area which is perpendicular to flow direction. So if you consider this strip only, if you consider a very small strip, just wait a minute now. If you consider only this strip, that strip has a thickness del x and area which is always perpendicular to flow direction, and that is constant A. Because in the wall, whatever the area, if you take number of slides of this cube, then at the same time, the area which is perpendicular to flow direction is always constant. Right? So with this assumptions and all, we have the rate of heat conduction at x minus rate of heat conduction at x plus del x plus internal heat generation is equal to total rate of internal heat generation of that element. Right? So rate of change of energy content of that element. So mathematically, it represented by the rate of heat conduction at x is q dot x minus the rate of heat conduction at x plus del x is equal to qx plus del x plus internal heat generation, that is V dot element. So it is a internal heat generation per unit volume. So Q upon meter cube, that is the case, will equal to rate of change of internal energy, that is delta E, with respect to time. So change in energy content of the element, that that is delta E. Delta E is equal to delta E T plus delta T. T, small t is a time and capital T is a temperature, minus the delta E T. So if we consider within that period of time, whatever the internal energy change within that object, within that cube, then that will be this one, divided by the temperature and all. So here, that internal energy, we have the formula to find out the total internal energy, mCp delta T. Now, when we use that and with respective time, then it must be like this. The rate of heat generation within the element can be expressed as this one. So here, if it is steady state, if it is not steady state, then here must be, you can see that it must be with respect to delta T. If it is unsteady state, but if it is steady state, this is the case. Now, internal heat generation, that is G dot element is equal to G by volume, correct? And therefore, G dot element is small g multiplied by volume, and volume of this case is very small. Strip is very small. And you know that thickness is very small. Thickness is del x, or you can say dx, very small, 1 cm. And the area which is perpendicular to this heat transfer, through which the area which is perpendicular to this, and that area is this one, right? So when I say that volume of this one, so volume of this one is area into del x or dx. So I can put it over here, volume instead of volume, area into del x, and put this equation number 3 as well as equation number 2 in this equation number 1. So what will be the case? Here you can see qx minus qx plus del x plus g into a del x is equal to rho cpa del x, volume. Why it is like this? Yesterday also I write over here, density is equal to mass upon volume, and therefore mass is equal to what? Density into volume, where volume V is, let me write appropriately, density this one, okay, into area into del x or dx. So that thing you can see here. So you can see that one over here. So rho Cp, so rho as it is, Cp is as it is. Instead of the mass, we can write over here rho into volume. Instead of volume, we can write A into del x. So temperature difference, that thing, right? Then Qx minus Qx plus del x plus Ga, I have taken as it is to this reference, and then divide this equation number 4 throughout the volume. Now volume of the stream, area into del x. So once you divide it, you will have, just change the sign, take this minus sign out, so you will have minus 1 upon A. You divide it with this Qx plus del x minus Qx plus G, because area upon del x cancel with this, rho Cp, area of del x cancel with this. So this is the equation number 5. Again, take the limit as this delta x tends to 0, and delta T tends to 0, then if it is, then 1 upon A dabba by dabba X into Ka dabba T by dabba X plus G dot rho C into dabba T by dabba small time t. Here I can write this one. I can write this one because of the definition of derivation. What is that definition of derivation? From the definition of derivative and Fourier's law of heat conduction, I come to know that Q dot x plus del x minus Qx upon del x is equal to dabba Q by dx, right? Yes, any doubt with this? Where limit delta x tends to 0. So this is the, as per the definition of derivative, we can write this term, and then if you write this term, then put the value of Q as per the Fourier's law. Q is equal to minus k into a dt by dx. Is it correct? Yes, it is absolutely correct. And therefore, equation number 6, we can write like this. So dabba by dabba x into k, that is small k, thermal conductivity of the material, dabba T, change of temperature, dabba x with respect to the distance dx plus G dot rho C into change of temperature with respect to time, small time t. So this is equation number 7. Now you have to check that the thermal conductivity of K material generally depends on temperature, and we had seen that one too. However, thermal conductivity in most practical application can be assumed to be remains constant at some average value. So if you consider it is constant, then that K you can divide throughout the equation. So if you divide throughout the equation, you will have the final equation dabba square T upon dabba x square plus G dot by K is equal to 1 by alpha dabba T by dabba small time t. Just wait a minute, I close the door and window because outside voice may disturb you. Is it that outside voice disturbing you? Am I audible to you? Yes or no? Is it okay? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, audible.
So dabba square T by dabba x square plus G bar or G dot by K is equal to 1 by alpha dabba T by dabba small time t. Right? Here, this is final equation. But what is alpha? Alpha is thermal diffusivity. It is the ratio of thermal conductivity upon the heat capacity. That is nothing but rho C. And therefore, you can see yesterday only I explained you, more the thermal conductivity, more is the thermal diffusivity, and thermal diffusivity is nothing but the how fast the heat propagate through the material, and that is very, very important when we consider that at what time the temperature of that particular area will be increased or decreased or whatever. Same thing, if you want a furnace to be design of the furnace, at that time you select that type of material through which the heat will not propagate at the outside or at the other end of that ceramic material. There will be no temperature, then and then only there will be no radiation loss from that surface to the surrounding. So we have to consider all those parameters: thermal diffusivity, thermal conductivity, along with that 3 modes of heat transfer whenever we apply the principle or whenever we apply the heat transfer concept for design point of view, engineering point of view, or any other things, right? So thermal diffusivity is one of the important parameter. If thermal conductivity is K, more thermal diffusivity. If thermal conductivity K is a less thermal diffusivity. But here you can see one of the important term, that is alpha. This alpha is K, that is directly proportional with this, and rho upon Cp, or directly some of the people write C. So you can see rho upon Cp, that is nothing but heat capacity of the material. As you know that the material which has more heat capacity in general, the insulating material, and it has less thermal diffusivity. So you can see if I remove that constant equal to sign, so I can say alpha is a directly proportional with a K and inversely proportional with the heat capacity. So you can see in a तुमच्या भाषेत सांगायचं, कारण तुम्ही काही लोक म्हणतायत की सर थोडं हिंदीमध्ये बोलत जा, थोडं मराठीत बोलत जा. तर when we talk about the application of this one, तर बऱ्याच जणांनी असा कोणी व्यक्ती नाही की ज्याला मरण चुकलेलं नाही, पण ज्यावेळेस तिथे आपण अग्नी देतो त्या व्यक्तीला ती जागा जर बघितली कधी, तर ऑल दोज आर सिरॅमिक मटेरियल. त्या विटा ज्या आहेत त्या सिरॅमिक मटेरियलच्या बनलेल्या असतात. And those ceramic material is insulator, bad conductor of heat, but it has a very high heat storing capacity, that is heat capacity, and therefore when it has high heat capacity, it gives such a high temperature for long period of time, because the body of the human is a very strong. The skull bone density, the thigh bone density, the knuckle bone density is very high. So it requires such a huge and high temperature to destroy those things into the soil and all. And therefore it needs a very high temperature. So we use ceramic material at that section, right? So you people think from that direction. Also you can see that in a furnace बघितलंय का सगळ्यांनी कधीतरी? सो इट मे बी भट्टी असेल एखादी, त्याच्यात बघा, किंवा फर्नेस आपण म्हणजेच भट्टी बघा एखादी मोठी, क्रुसिबल बघा एखादं, त्यामध्ये आतल्या बाजूने ज्या विटा असतात त्या ऑल सिरॅमिक मटेरियल असतात. म्हणजे जास्तीत जास्त टेम्परेचर होल्ड करून ठेवण्याची, हीट होल्ड करून ठेवण्याची कॅपॅसिटी फॉर लॉंग पिरियड ऑफ टाइम इट हॅज, and that is we use that ceramic material for that purpose. Okay, so here the concept thermal diffusivity is clear, I hope so. So equation 8 reduces the following, some of the standard format, because they ask you and explain yesterday only what is that. So Poisson's equation, when there is a steady state, that is gamma T, capital T by gamma small time t, it goes to 0, because temperature is a constant whenever time over there. So temperature is not changed with respect to time, then you can say it is a steady state. And then if you apply this equation, then it will have reduced that main equation into d square t upon dx square plus g dot by k equal to 0. Same thing for the Fourier's equation. In case of Fourier's equation, they say that the internal heat generation is 0. There is no internal heat generation. If that concept applied to that basic equation, we will have gamma square t upon gamma x square plus 1 by alpha gamma t by gamma small time t, and that is nothing but Fourier's equation. But somewhere in some cases that is no internal heat generation, as well as there is steady state, the last term is left, and that one is d square t by dx square is equal to 0. So you have to transfer the standard equation into some of the standard form, that is Poisson's equation, Fourier's equation, Laplace equation, and all. Okay, so any doubt with this? Yesterday only I explained you, but for the repetition, or you can say to understand this concept more accurately, I explain you again, because you have to derive three-dimensional heat conduction equation. Now it is only one direction. Next one is the one-dimensional heat conduction equation in a cylindrical form. Same thing, assumptions. Assume the density of the wall is a rho, the specific heat is C, then you can see the area of the wall. Now in a previous case, when there is a slice, okay, here, that is really important. Here, consider the slice over here, right? If you take any slice at this point, every time you can see the area which is perpendicular to flow direction is constant. But here you can see the area. Now we have to find out one-dimensional heat conduction, right? Here the heat is flowing from inside to outside, okay? So one is towards the radial direction, one is towards the axial direction, and one is in this circumferential direction, right? So here I assume this area of the wall normal to the direction of heat transfer. Now this length is infinite, okay, and this is very negligible. So we consider only in one direction, so that one is radial direction. It is flowing in a radial direction only, right? And hence this problem of the cylinder is treated as one-dimensional heat conduction equation. So now consider a thin cylindrical shape. Element of that one is a thickness dr. So here you can see, let me erase those things. So here, if I highlight that, here you can see that this distance is del r. Okay, so I can put it this as del r along the radius, right? We consider that length is infinite, so heat flowing in axial direction is neglected. We also consider that in circumferential manner or here, right? This is also very less, so it is also negligible. So heat is flowing only in a radial direction. Suppose this is one of the wire. This is one of the electrical wire through which the current is flowing. So I can say that it is I. So how the heat is flowing? This one, Q is equal to, what is the formula to generate the heat? Q is equal to I square into R. So R is radius resistance offered by that electric wire to flow the current. So Q is equal to I square R. Now as it is more, so I consider that only one-dimensional heat conduction equation over here in a radial direction, and consider a very small thickness. Suppose this is a solid and we consider very small thickness in a radial direction, and that one is del R. So at radius R, and after that del R in a radial direction, okay? Then area of the cylinder normal to the direction of heat transfer at any location. So area which is perpendicular to this direction is heat is flowing in this direction, right? Radial direction. So we consider that area. So that area depends on the radius from where? From the center, which area you consider, and that is 2 pi RL. That is nothing but circumferential area, right? Now if you take that one, then the same equation, rate of heat conduction at R minus rate of heat conduction at R plus delta R plus internal heat generation is equal to the change of internal energy, same formula, QR minus QR plus del R plus D dot is equal to this delta E element delta T, change in energy content of the element. Type equation, the same over here, same which we used in a previous case, right? then rho Cpa into delta R. But one of the important parameter that I explained you, the rate of heat generation within that element is the same. That is also equation number 3. Now put equation 2, 3 in equation number 1, same. So you have this one, QR minus QR plus delta R, because heat is flowing in the radial direction only. That is why instead of X I put it R plus del R, and here also instead of del X I put is del R. Okay. Now further I take it as it is for your understanding. Divide this equation with A into del R. So volume. So once you divide it, 1 upon A QR plus del R minus QR upon del R. This minus sign, if you take outside here, then you will have this equation, correct? After that, rho C, and here this is the simple equation, rho C into delta T upon small time t. Then take limit as a delta R tends to 0 at time delta T goes to 0. So you will have 1 upon A as per the exact differentiation of that one. Y minus sign over here, and as per the Q minus sign over here, it convert into minus minus plus. So 1 upon A dabba by dabba R, K into A dabba T by dabba R plus G dot is equal to rho C dabba T by dabba small time t. Or as per the definition of the exact derivative or partial derivative, you will have QR plus del R minus QR upon del R, nothing but this value, where you have to put the value of K in this equation. So this is equation number 7. Then now come to the areas. Now in previous case, when there is a slab, area is always constant in the flow direction. But here, when you consider the radius, area will be changed. So that area is A is 2 pi RL. So put over here. The one-dimensional transit heat conduction equation in cylindrical becomes 1 upon R. Dabba by dabba R into RK into dabba T by dabba R plus G dot 1 upon alpha dabba T by dabba small time. How it comes, I will explain you. For the case of constant thermal conductivity, this is the case. How do you get this one? Yes, anybody? The 2 pi L that you can take outside as a constant, and then you can, that R is 1 upon R into R, right? Yes. So how do you get this one? Steady state and all. You get it now? This one? Area 2 pi RL, you can take it to 2 pi L outside. R is 1 upon R, right? Yes. Are you getting this one? I hope so. And then again, differentiating with this R, it becomes 0, and then 4, 1 upon R dabba R RK dt by ds. So 1 upon R dabba R into R dt by dr into plus G dot by K 1 by alpha and all. Any doubt with this? I will explain you again. Right? Next, this equation reduces to Poisson's equation for steady state, then Fourier's equation for no internal heat generation, and for Laplace equation for no internal heat generation, and there is steady state. So you will have dabba by dabba R into R dt by dr is equal to 0. So note that we again replace the partial derivative by ordinary derivative in one-dimensional steady-state heat conduction. In case simple, The partial derivative and ordinate derivation of the function is identical. When the function depends on single variable, you can change dabba by dabba r into d by dr. The same thing, dabba t by dabba x we can change into dt by dr, right? One-dimensional heat conduction equation in spherical form, same. Assumptions, everything, same. The area, now only area is 4 pi r square. There is no derivation asked for you, then, but I am explaining you. But derivation for one-dimensional heat conduction equation, derivation for three-dimensional heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates, definitely ask. If you check Pune University question paper, you can check, because I am also one of the guy who really uh, said the paper many times for you. But now I know what they ask and how they distribute the marks and all. I will explain you one by one all those things during progressing, covering all unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 and all. So 1 upon r square dabba by dabba r square dabba t by dabba r, because we consider that area. Now in previous case that was the cylinder. Now this one is a sphere. So sphere which is perpendicular to flow direction, that is circumferential area of the sphere, and that is 4 pi r square. So when we take that 4 pi r square, 4 pi constant, r square is 1 upon r square, then that one is 1 upon r square dabba by dabba r into r square dabba t by dabba r plus g dot by k is equal to 1 by alpha dabba t by dabba small t. So even though they not ask you derivation, but they ask you formula. Okay, so be careful for that. Any doubt with this? Friends? Any doubt with this? Just a minute. Of you, I have put one of the link, ST link quiz. Just check it whether it is working or not and inform me immediately. The quiz link is posted on your chat box. Just copy that and tell me whether it is working or not immediately. Thank you. Thank you, Gardhan. Response is very slow. I want to solve one of the numerical. Hurry up. Shall I go ahead? Is it complete? पुढे जाऊ का? न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करायला जाऊ का? कंप्लीट झालं का हे? किती मिनिट आहे? पण रिस्पॉन्स तर खूप कमी दिसतोय. 40 41. हरी अप. Now you can see only 51 students give the response out of 67. That means they are not actively participating in that one. They don't know sir has put the quiz over there. You can see. Can you see this screen?
Yes, sir.
Response is 53 only, and attendance over here you can see 67. What I consider? That is why I am taking orally your attendance and all. And then afterwards they come late and they said, sir, I was present for the lecture. It is not good. Anyway, so the form that is ready to integrate DABA change to exact derivation, partial derivation to exact derivation, because it is not all three-dimensional, it is only one direction. So that DABA convert into d by dr into r dt by dr equal to 0. For equivalent alternative form, r into d square t upon dr square plus dt by dr, and this is really important. From that point of view, you don't need to derive the equation and all. You have to by heart this. Okay. Then for steady state, in case of sphere, 1 upon r square d by dr into r square dt by dr plus g by k equal to 0. For transit, no internal heat generation. That is, first one is Poisson's equation, second one is Fourier's equation, 1 upon r square double by double r square double t by double r is equal to 1 by alpha double t by double small time t. For steady state, no internal heat generation, that is the Laplace form d by dr r square dt by dr is equal to 0, or this r d square t by dr square plus dt by dr, not 2. So this is equation. This is question number 1. All of you write down the question now. All of you write down the question and read it carefully, at least 2 times before going to solve that numerical. So 1 meter, question number 1, a 2 meter long, 0.3 centimeter diameter electric wire extend across a room at 15 degrees Celsius. Heat is generated in the wire as a result of resistance heating, and the surface temperature of the wire is measured to be 152 degrees Celsius in steady operation. So here it is a steady operation, okay? Also, the voltage drop and electric current through the wire are measured to be 60 volt and 1.5 ampere respectively. Neglect the heat transfer by radiation. That is also very important assumption. Determine the convection heat transfer coefficient for heat transfer between the outer surface of wire and the air in the room. All of you read the problem at least 2 times. Not only for this, any numerical over here, before going to solve that numerical, you have to read that problem at least 2 times, minimum 2 times, maximum 3-4 times, until you understand it clearly. You can, but minimum 2 times you have to read it. Once you know the problem, then and then only effective solution can be produced. अगर हम डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं और हमें मालूम ही नहीं है, और डॉक्टर को मालूम ही नहीं है क्या करना है, प्रॉब्लम क्या है, वो कौन सा भी इंजेक्शन दे, कुछ भी कर ले, हमें कभी कभी लग सकता है बाय चांस, लेकिन हमेशा नहीं। तो अच्छे डॉक्टर के पास जाए जो परफेक्ट आपको प्रॉब्लम आइडेंटिफाई करे, तो सॉल्यूशन या उसके लिए आपको जो गोलियां दवाइयां दी जाएगी वो अच्छी तरह से आपको सूट करेगी। So read the problem again. Then what is the solution? Here, given data. What given data? A steady state operating condition. Correct? Along with that, radiant heat transfer is negligible. Right? That is a radiation. Third one, when steady operating condition are reached, the rate of heat loss from the wire will equal to the rate of heat generation in the wire, right? The wire is over here. Current is flowing through this wire. That is I. When it has voltage V, it has again resistance R, right? Now, if current flow is a constant, whatever the heat generated within that is equal to the heat dissipated from the surface of this rod the surrounding must be constant. Then and then only the temperature of this rod is constant. That is nothing but steady state. When the temperature of any object will not change with respect to time, then it is called steady state. So here you can see it is a steady state condition, right? So rate of heat loss from the surface of the wire will equal to rate of heat generation in the wire as a result of resistance. So Q, whatever the heat generated, Q is equal to I square. And that heat must be dissipated from this surrounding, from this surface to the surrounding. So we know that whenever there is a heat transfer from solid surface to the surrounding fluid because of the temperature difference, when the fluid is in motion, that is nothing but convection. So convection formula, the same Q, because it is steady state, so I can say Q is equal to H into A into delta T, surface temperature of the solid minus surrounding fluid temperature. But you have to find out heat transfer coefficient H. So how to proceed for that? Here, this is the rod. It has voltage 60 volt. It is given 60 volt voltage, current 1.5 ampere. The temperature is 152 degrees Celsius and surrounding fluid temperature, that is nothing but area, air over here, surrounding air, and its temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. Get it? Then Q is equal to energy generated, that is radius, resistance of that one is not given, so we use another formula, and that is V into I, voltage into current. So we will have 60 volt into 1.5 ampere, the total heat generated when the current is flowing through that rod, that is 90 watt, and the surface area of the wire is the circumferential area, and that is 2 pi RL or pi DL. So if you put the values in that, you get that pi value is as it is 0.03 meter into 2 meter into this area. So area is this one, 0.01885 meter square. Newton's law of cooling, as I told you, Q is equal to convection H into AS into T surface minus TA. Put the values and find out H, and the H value is 34.9 because we know that convection of this one. So 90 Q, if H put it at the right hand side, Q convection divided by this area into temperature of surface minus surrounding fluid temperature. So this is that value. Put the value Q, you calculated that 90 watt, which is put it over here. Area, you calculate that, it is put it over here in the area section. Temperature difference, it is given 152 minus 15. So you have this value, and that is 34.9 watt per meter square per degree Celsius. Get it? And second, I will explain in the next. So any doubt with this? Any doubt? Any doubt with this? Shall I repeat? Tell me. Okay, fine. Thank you. So you understand. I consider that mine, you understand each and everything. Is it okay? Now I want to show you something. Now see again. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Thanks a lot.